Cashflow Pro offers free money management advice to help you take control of your finances. And now here's your host, personal finance enthusiast and licensed insurance broker, James Barber.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to some of you guys. This has been a long day. I am now going over 12 hours. Let me put up my, where's our picture that says, oh, I'm on the wrong one. Here we go. This was the one I wanted. Viewer questions and comments. This is our Wealthcare Wednesday live stream. So welcome to our Wealthcare Wednesday. This is where we get a chance to address our finances. Okay. Normally I do a live stream and we watch the stock market. I do a live stream other times just for the heck of it. Tesla quarterly earnings. We live stream that. I just got off a live stream talking about Wall Street bets and all the action in the stock market today. So it's been a blast being with you guys. Yeah, I don't give myself much breaks, Harry. I know. But, you know, we got important things to talk about. I got people to help. So I give freely of my time. I made a commitment to do these Wealthcare Wednesday live streams. How many months ago? Shoot, this is number 27. So that's almost 6 months ago, or a little over 6 months ago. And we haven't missed a week yet. We haven't missed a Wednesday yet. So if you guys have questions, I'm here to answer them. I'm going to go until we run out of questions or I get too tired. So obviously my have to sort out my first 24-hour stream. I don't see that happening. But I will answer questions as long as I can, as long as my voice holds. I tend to usually be in meetings talking most of the day anyways. So luckily my voice isn't doing too bad. Got my monster drinks to keep me awake. Luckily, I can still get by with only one of those a day. I am kind of a workaholic, though, so I tend to only get a few hours of sleep each day. Sophie, can we sue TD? Maybe. I mean, there's probably a case to be made against some of these brokerages. It's going to require a lot of digging, though. It's going to cost a lot of money because what's going to happen is, I mean, here's the case I would make. The case I would make is, and I would probably not just sue TD. I would probably bring in a lot of the brokerages who this morning basically shut out all of the retail investors. But we could see trading going on. The stock market was moving. So who was allowed to do that trading when they shut us out? I couldn't trade on TD. I couldn't trade on Thinkorswim. I couldn't trade on Robinhood. I heard people couldn't trade on Trading 212. eToro was down. Most of these things were down. Well, the people that we're in contact with are retail traders. Interactive Brokers did okay. Oh, that's good news. So what happened? Why did we all get shut out? The options weren't up for a while. The other day, the options weren't up. So it's like, is there some concerted effort in order to push back on retail traders and protect Wall Street insiders? It sure seems like it. But you're going to have a lot of investigating to do in order to try and prove that. So it's really hard to just sue and not have, I mean, you got to have a plan to win, right? It's going to be expensive. So for the most part, it hasn't happened yet. It would happen if one of the big boys got in trouble because they have a lot of money to throw at this stuff, right? I mean, if you're a billionaire, they don't care about us retail investors. So maybe there's some lawyers out there that'll put together a class action lawsuit. That did happen against Robinhood before. When they shut down, they were shut down for a trading day, and it hurt a lot of people. I think there was a settlement over that. I would think there's something else out there as well. We know that they like to try and blame retail investors for all of this hullabaloo. So maybe they're trying to get ahead of it so they don't get sued again. And they'll just keep protecting their wealthy friends, all those insiders, hedge funds. Oliver, is there any advantages to having more than one broker for stocks? Absolutely. The advantage is you get different hours of the day you can trade. Sometimes some brokerages go down and others do not. So that would be the advantage. You may still be able to do some trades. BDN, lots of money in my mouth. Not exactly sure what you mean by that, but I do find it funny. Harry Bowman, Wall Street Bets should set up a GoFundMe to do it. Oh, yeah, there you go. If anyone can do it, Reddit can. That's a good idea. Sophie, hopefully some lawyers firm will take the case. That would be good. I mean, that's what I would look for. I mean, if you really wanted to pursue it, talk to lawyers who do class action lawsuits. That would be the place to do it. Cindy, Cash App was still going when TD shut us out. Very nice. Very nice. I heard a lot of people are happy with Cash App as a broker. I have not turned on the brokerage side for that. I don't really use Cash App, but I know a lot of people do. So that's good news. Good to hear. I don't even know what their user interface looks like. So shout out to Cash App. Maybe some people should try it. Oliver, what did I eat today since I had a 12-hour stream? It might end up 13 to 14 hours by the end of today. Yeah, it might. So I had some snacks. I had some granola bars. I had some pistachios. And then during that short break between the all-day live stream of the stock market and Tesla fourth quarter earnings, I went in and I had some soup and some mandarin oranges. So I had the soup that I had was it was some Campbell's chicken pot pie type of soup. That's it. That's all I've had. So you heard I had some nuts? No, you heard I had some balls. Andrew, how safe is it to invest in GME right now? Safe? I don't know if investing in GME was safe at any point above $30. Depends on your definition of safe and how you play it out. So I got in for a couple hundred shares at 107 price, and I figured out a way to play it fairly safe. Okay? So you've got to decide how you can do that. Chris Birch, you missed earlier. Where are Tesla's earnings? Tesla's earnings were a little disappointing. They were lower than quarter three. So there wasn't an increase from quarter three, which is why we saw a drop in the market. But we saw a lot of good news come out of that fourth quarter earnings call. News about the Model S Plaid, which is out, and you should be able to look it up on Tesla's website right now. And they said it's going to be up, ready for deliveries. When is it? Next month, did they say? I'll have to go back and listen, but it's going to start being delivered soon. Kelman, balls of diamonds. Nick, balls of steel. All of us in the market who didn't sell today got those. Yeah. Harry Bowman. You used to work right next to one. Burger King. Had it all the time. It's the only thing you miss working from home. Would love one right now. I worked at Burger King. That was one of my first jobs, was working at Burger King. I got tired of Burger King after that. So, and I've actually been boycotting Burger King for the last, how many years? 4 or 5 years? Ever since Burger King decided they didn't want to pay taxes here as an American company, and so they did what's called a corporate inversion, which is where that big large company sells itself to a small company in a different country so that they can have that country's taxes and tax rate instead of American taxes. And so ever since then, I decided if they don't want to actually be an American company, I guess I won't go patronize their business. Now that doesn't mean like I won't patronize any businesses that aren't American. No. The reason I did that is because there's a lot of value in being an American company. Like, America around the world supports its businesses like nobody else. Most of our foreign policy is centered around supporting American businesses. And if you're going to be a business in America, you're going to pay the taxes to support that system. Otherwise, you should not get to take advantage of the use of that system. And one of the problems with our system is it's allowed companies like that to do corporate inversions and stop paying U.S. taxes, but still take advantage of all of the benefits that physically being an American company has to offer. So because of that, I boycott Burger King. And now you know. Let's see. BDN, March. What about March? What about March? Not sure what that comment's in reference to. Do I think In-N-Out is overrated? Yes, I do. I am not a fan of In-N-Out burgers. They don't taste that great to me, and the fries are terrible. I've tried it multiple times. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't like the food. So I don't know if I'm just used to the flavor that comes from like McDonald's or something where, I don't know, maybe it's not pure potatoes. Maybe they put something else in it. I don't know. But I definitely prefer the food from some of those other fast food places as opposed to In-N-Out. I know not everybody does. A lot of people like it. People say they have the secret menu that you're supposed to know about. I have not tried the secret menu. I like Carl's Jr. a lot. We have Carl's Jr. here. Hardee's is on the other side of the U.S. They might have Hardee's in California now, though. Do they? It's mostly Carl's Jr. In this area, it's only Carl's Jr. here in Oregon. And I love it. Like really good burgers. I don't eat there anymore. I haven't had a burger from a fast food joint since the pandemic started. And like I'm much better off for it, right? I used to eat out way too much. I do like Carl's Jr. though. Oh, BDSN said plaid delivery in March. Thank you. Hessleg says yes, In-N-Out is trash. Harry Bowman, all new Model S and X vehicles have estimated deliveries for 2022. Nobody will be getting Model S or X in the UK now, and Model Y is still only saying stay updated, so we only have Model 3. Bummer. So UK will only be getting Model 3s in 2021. I would be surprised if that's the case. I would expect that once the Model Y in Berlin is up and running, they will get some deliveries there. And I would also be surprised if you don't get some from China prior to that, but we'll see. I have not had a chance to look at the new website layout, Oliver. I'll try to make time for that later. Z Channel, does anyone in your life owe me money? Yeah. I mean, I loan out my money sometimes. So that does happen. I owe a lot of other people money because I love to use leverage. Nick, the double Irish arrangement is a big way to avoid taxes. Yeah, that too. Yep, for big businesses. Harry says maybe some Ys towards Q3 and 4. Yeah, no S or X. That's not surprising. If you didn't buy one before today, you can't get one now until next year. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Chris, have you been on many other YouTubers' channels? Would you consider coming on other channels in the future? I would visit some other channels if I got invited. I've only been on one other YouTube channel, and that was IBC Global. And that video came out just a little while ago. I need to get a copy of that and post it on my channel because I did an interview with them. Steve Parisi, that's his channel. It has to do with infinite banking, and Steve is the one who taught me how to design the policies that I design that are high cash value, specially designed life insurance policy, which is how I make my living, providing help for people in that regard. And so he taught me how to do that. I got started when his channel basically got started. And so he had me on. We had a great conversation. And I would highly recommend you guys check it out. Let me know what you think. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to do a collaboration, hit me up. Obviously, if you're in the Discord, you're certainly welcome to message me in the Discord about it. So I have no qualms about helping other people out. I don't care what size your channel is, too. If you want to have a good conversation, let's do it. Harry says you'd come on my channel. The invite would certainly be there. All right. Good deal. Well, You can't have your own channel now that I'm going to give you a Tesla tequila. You can't take away my viewers. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody can have their own channel and put out their own content. I think it's awesome. One of our viewers hit that bid, has a channel he's already got. He probably has more subscribers than I do right now, and he just got started a little bit ago. But he doesn't do live streams all day like I do, which take up a lot of my time. He puts out a lot of really good videos on options and Tesla. Good stuff. Good stuff. So definitely recommend check that out if you get a chance. Wakio, what's happening to Tesla now? Tesla is going to be in a consolidation phase, I think, for a little while people try and digest where is it going to go from here. What's the next catalyst that's coming up? I can't blackmail you with the Tesla Kila. I can certainly try. No, I don't plan to. I appreciate you being a moderator in here and in the Discord channel. So, Elon's tweet, even Discord has gone corpo in response to Discord removing the Wall Street Bet server. Nice, nice. I'm going to have to find that tweet and like it and share it. Oliver says he can see Tesla going below 800 briefly and back up. It can definitely go below 800. It did a little bit in the after hours. Okay? That means it can definitely happen again. Like I said, a lot of the pricing earlier today I think was built in to expectations on Q4. There was a lot of sell the news because it didn't beat the expectations. But I think that there will be more catalysts to come. There will be more catalysts to come. We'll see what quarter one ends up bringing. Quarter one's usually not a great quarter. So I wouldn't anticipate it skyrocketing because of quarter one. But we might see other reasons for it to go up or to maintain where it's at. I think it would be really good and healthy if we had some consolidation up here in the 800 range for a few months. Or let's say a couple months. You know, it really doesn't hurt it. It'll go up and it'll go down, but it won't go up and down a whole lot. Not like we're used to. And that's healthy. It's gone up a lot lately. I mean, we're up 100% since December, right? Since early December. So, yeah. BDSM, Plaid is 520 plus mile range. That's amazing. Are you going to be getting that? You going to trade in your nice red car for that one? I think, what do you got? You got the Model 3 Performance. That Plaid's going to be a big step up. That would be pretty sweet, though. Wakil, is it a good idea to buy some AMC? I think it can be. I mean, it depends on what you think it's going to do. And how you intend to play it. Right? I look at it and I see ways that I can play it at its current price that I think I can make some money. Whether I actually can or not, who knows? But I think I see a way to do that. So as with any stock, when you look at it, you need to do your due diligence and see what's your plan to make money on it. If you can't come up with a plan, probably not a good idea to buy it. If you can come up with a plan, what's the likelihood that it works? What can derail that plan? Try and figure out those things, and it should help. Oliver, you lost $8K today as a long-term hold for Tesla, but not worried. Basically, lost house money and gains. Yeah, it's not lost unless you sold, and I don't think you sold. So you mean your value went down 8K. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right? Not too bad. You definitely went up way more than that in the recent past, and in the near future, I'm sure it'll probably go up again. Once your M3 lease ends, you might step up to the Model S long range. Hopefully, there's some lease return offers in the future. There you go. We'll see how these stocks do. Maybe they can buy it for you, right? Whew. Oliver, you gained like 11K in one day, so not worried. Yeah, I bet. Cindy, do I think it's too late to invest in AMC, GME, Naked, etc.? No, I mean, I don't think it's too late to invest in any of them. It depends on, as I answered with the other one, depends on how you think you can play it. So what is your play? Is it strictly a play that you want to bet on it going up today and overnight, I mean, that's a risky play. I would not recommend anybody do that play if that's the only way you see of making money, because we don't know what it's going to do tomorrow. There is a lot of short interest in AMC. There's a lot of retail interest in pushing back against that short interest. But that might take a week to play out. Look at what happened with GameStop. Man, I must be getting tired. It's been a long day. Look at what happened to GameStop. GameStop did not go up to $300 in one day. It took a full week and massive, massive short interest. So AMC is not going to do that. AMC doesn't have the same amount of short interest. It's not going to hit $300 probably, right? I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. AMC probably has more shares out there than GameStop does. Bigger float. It's going to be harder. Long term, I expected AMC to reach $8 by next year. That was why I bought into AMC on Monday. Come to find out, there was a much bigger play in store that I got to ride along with. It kind of messed up my original plan, but that's okay. You know, I'm okay with that. I think I'll be able to get some of the gains I was expecting to get over time. I'll just get them early, and I'll have to reestablish my position. Do I have any update about Zomedica, ZOM? No, I don't really pay much attention to it. It seemed like that one was a pump and dump. That one seemed like a pump and dump, and it sounds like it happens on a regular basis. I didn't look into it much more than that, but I did remember reading something about that. Did I hear Biden and the White House is monitoring the GME situation? Yes, Oliver, I did. And just like Harry says, they don't really have a choice. Yeah, they don't really have a choice. So they got to kind of pay attention to things. If it's dominating the airwaves, you can bet they're going to be paying attention to it. If they're not, they're probably not doing their job very well. But I suspect the reason it might be on their radar so much is because a lot of their big donors are getting hammered. A lot of their big donors get hammered over it. That probably plays a factor as well. Although I wouldn't necessarily attribute it just to that, because really I think all of the news cycles is surrounded about it for the last few days. It's hard to ignore, and when something like that happens, it's going to be on your radar. Web3, what do I think about ADA Cardano? Thank you. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know a little bit about it. Like, I could talk to you about what I've heard, which is like maybe 30 seconds worth of stuff. I don't know enough about it. Okay? So I'm not gonna go into it. Harry knows a bit about it. He could tell you. Maybe he'll put in the chat a little bit of what he knows about it. It is a Bitcoin, or it is a crypto. And it's one of the alt cryptos. It's one that I think a lot of people are bullish on. And that's about all I'll get in on that one. Oliver, you hope Elon doesn't get in trouble again for stock manipulation, securities fraud. That would hurt us. He can't. I mean, he's not going to. Elon can voice his opinion about those other topics, about other stocks. The problem with the securities situation was when he talked about his own stock. And I took that originally as a joke, because it was April 20th, which is 420, and he talked about having funding secured to go private at 420. It was a joke, in my opinion. That was a bad joke, and it caused a lot of mayhem in the market. So that's why he got hammered over it. And you know what? Okay, that's what needs to happen. You can't mess around with people. You can't mess around with people's retirement funds, livelihood, whatever, with a joke like that. Not when you're a CEO of that company. But him talking about those other ones, I'm not worried about that. Not at all. All right. Looks like you guys are probably getting as tired as I am. Questions have dried up a bit. Cindy, what's all the talk about scam in the market today? You're new to this, only been in about 2 years, so you never seen or experienced anything like today. Is that possible or BS talk? I'm not sure what you mean about scam. So who's claiming a scam? I think, is that the corporate media talking about trying to place the blame of what's happening on Wall Street bets and calling that a scam? I'm not on their side at all. I'm not on their side at all. I went over that in my last live stream. I would recommend you check that out. I just did a live stream about Wall Street bets, and that should be available to watch. So check that out. I talked quite a bit about my thoughts on that. Oliver, hedge funds has ton of securities fraud. Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure there's a lot of things. I'm sure there's a lot of things they could get hammered for if they wanted to dig. BDN, what would be your suggestion? RE, a Tesla 900 call. Tell me more about your 900 call. When's the expiration? What was your play on it? When did you buy it? And what price does it need to be at for you to make money on it? Well, you may not know what price it needs to be. What price was Tesla stock when you bought it? If you answer that, that'll tell me more. Do I have any puts for GME or AMC? I do. I have some puts for AMC. I'm assuming I haven't sold those yet, but tomorrow morning, I expect I'm going to be able to sell those for a pretty penny. What I bought for my puts for AMC was expiring next Friday. I bought the $3 put, so way outside of the money. This is like the opposite play of buying a way outside the money covered call. I paid an average of 16 cents for those puts, and if AMC drops very quickly, those are going to go up in value very fast. So my bet was that this would drop very quickly, which it just did overnight. So unless this goes up in the morning, which I'm fine if that happens too, because I've got till next Friday to see it come down, and it could do it in the middle of the day. But I bought these at 16 cents. I bought 100 of them. I sold 32 of them already back for 19 cents. Let's see. I sold them back for $0.19 and 20 cents. So I sold 9 of them for 20 cents. So I'm looking to just make a little bit of money on them. And it works out pretty good. Like, that was a pretty good return. It's up at 18 cents. That's a 10% return. Very little risk. Very little risk. I spent, $1,400 on 100 of those things. Or $1,800, something like that. Very little risk. Good chance at a reward if it just dips a little bit. And I kind of like that play. So that's one of the plays that I'm doing on all of these ones that are spiking up. I'm going to look at it, the ones for GME. There's no really cheap ones like that because the stock is so expensive. But I might look at doing that for some GME. The problem is you're going to spend $1,000 probably to get anywhere close to where you want to be, maybe down around 20 or $30, something that will actually go up if it moves down very quickly. So I haven't gotten into the GME put options like that. But I will look at it for EXPR. I'll look at it for Space. I should have done that on Space earlier today when it was at 58. That would have been a great play. Got to check out Nokia. Nokia probably has some. So I'm going to, as I lay in bed tonight, I'm going to be checking the option prices on my Robinhood. That's what I do, and I make my plan for the next day. Have I sampled any of the Tesla tequila yet? Nope. I did not. I didn't open any of those beautiful bottles. I gave one away, and I still have 3 left. One of them is promised to Mr. Harry Bowman, our wonderful moderator in the chat and in our Discord channel. So that I still have 2 left. Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with. How much am I up this year? I don't have to be super specific. Today was a really good day for me. I don't know where I'm going to be at because the stock prices came down, but the option prices haven't. I suspect When I look at it tomorrow, not sure how to do this at year to date. Looking at it where it's at right now, it looks like I'm up about 16,000 just this month in my Robinhood account. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. No, I'm up 18,000. I'm up 18,000 in my Robinhood account, but I suspect tomorrow that's going to go up when the option prices come down. I know that seems weird, but some of my stock prices have gone down, and the option prices haven't come down with it. And once that happens, I'll be able to get a true gauge on where I'm at on this, because the options that I sold are elevated, and it looks like a loss. And so that should actually be a little bit higher. So that's a 30% gain just this month. It's been a really good month for me. That's on my Robinhood account. On my other account, I am that one's I don't even know how to read this one right now, because the stock prices came down, but my options have not. So everything is off. But I expect I was probably up. I think I was probably up about 14 or 15,000 on the year in this account as well, which is probably a very similar situation as my Robinhood account. So I'm having a good month. I'm having a really good month right now. Let's hope it continues. But I've really fine-tuned. I think I've really fine-tuned my strategies over the last couple of months, and I'm seeing the fruits of that right now. So even without what happened today, today's big moves probably bumped me up, 10,000, something like that. I didn't need it. I didn't need today's big moves to be up. Today put me up quite a bit in total, but I didn't need it to be doing very good on the year. Let's see. Stock Journey. You found this earlier today. NIO aims to double its vehicle output to 300,000 units per year. Moreover, JP Morgan analysts project that in 2025, electric vehicles will comprise 20% of the total China car market. That sounds low. I expect electric vehicles will be higher than 20% of the total China market in 2025. New car sales, anyways. Maybe they're not talking just about new car sales, but new car sales, China's going to be accelerating much faster than that, in my opinion. So it's just going to be a matter of, can the manufacturers keep up with the demand? Wakil, got Tesla at 855. What's your suggestion to do for short-term gain? How many shares do you have? Oliver, can you see the Biden administration use Tesla for their fleet or Ford? The Biden administration is wanting electric vehicles. Ford does not really produce any electric vehicles yet. So I think Tesla gets the advantage. But I expect we would probably see the Biden administration with the Chevys, the GM vehicles first. They would probably go with the Bolts. That's my guess. They've got the unions behind them, and that would be who Biden would try to appease. That would be who Biden would try to appease. So that's my guess. So I would expect probably Chevy electric vehicles first. Even though they're not made in the U.S., they're probably made in Mexico. Biden came out with a silly speech where he talked about electric vehicles and he talked about Chevy and Ford. Talked about American vehicles. Didn't mention Tesla. As if Tesla was not started and it's an American company. American as American gets, right? They got a nice presence around the world now, but I don't know why he ignored them. So, and I have an idea though, and it had to do with unions. Tesla doesn't have a union. So, Mega Shanes, you said Biden's a fan of Tesla. Why would you say that? I haven't gotten that impression. I don't think he has any hard feelings towards it. But I haven't heard why he would be a fan of Tesla. Imagine Cybertruck patrol in the streets. I bet there's a lot of officers that would love that, since it's bulletproof. All right. Throw out them likes, guys. Kyle, how you doing? Yo. He said that, but I'm right about the unions. Oh, okay, I missed it. I didn't hear him say that. Stock Journey, you got some underground news on why Wall Street Bet sites went down earlier. Apparently, the hedge funds were infiltrating the Wall Street Bets websites, trying to pretend to be a normal Wall Street member to get info on future targets to buy. So they had a big meeting. Oh, yeah, I figured that they shut down to have a big meeting. I mean, Wall Street Bets, they just went private. They made it private. And there was rumor earlier in the day that there was a whole bunch of new members, and a lot of them were not on there just to find out information, but they were on there to sow disinformation. And I think that's probably what they had a meeting about, how to moderate it better. So I'll be anxious. When I get off this live stream, I'll probably spend some time tonight in Wall Street Bets, trying to see what they have to say. So I appreciate you saying that. Look it up. Let me know what you guys find out in our Discord, if you would. The Grubhub ad meme. Nice name. How are you doing? Tomorrow's going to be fun. I think tomorrow's going to be fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wall Street Bets is the biggest fund in the world. Diamond hands. Harry, CNBC put an article out directly to their subscribers, warning them of the stock Reddit was planning on targeting next. Ha! Warning them, huh? I think that probably helped pump up that stock. What do you think? Like, if I knew there was a stock they were going to target, I wouldn't be getting out of it. Unless I was shorting it. So, that's hilarious. Yeah, maybe the SEC needs to investigate CNBC. What do you think? Have I had any side hustles when I was younger? Absolutely. I always had side hustles. So when I had started my pressure washing and window cleaning business, I had a side hustle as a cashier at a little corner market. I got robbed at gunpoint while I worked at that place. During my first job, not my first job, one of my early jobs at Safeway, I worked night shift. That was my full-time job. And I added a side hustle doing another full-time job at a, not a warehouse, at a wood, what was it called? I'm drawing a blank. It was on the tip of my tongue. It was a mill. It was a wood mill. So at the wood, I had a second full-time job at a wood mill. Ended up getting tip of my finger almost cut off on one of the saws. Let's see, what else did I do? I've done Uber. I've done Uber Eats. I've done Grubhub. In fact, I did really good at Grubhub. I didn't like Uber Eats because people didn't tip well enough. But in Grubhub, I made good money. I think I made like $25 an hour driving for Grubhub. As soon as Grubhub made some changes, I didn't make $25 an hour, and they did away with their minimum that they used to offer. So I stopped doing it because I don't work for free. I got to make some good money on my side hustles. I've also done, what else did I do? I've done YouTube. This is one of my side hustles. I do it mostly for fun, but it does pay me a little bit. When you guys support the channel, when you join Patreon, when you super chat, when you give me a tip, when you tip the dealer, this is part of my side hustle. But I really enjoy it. So I like to work. So Kyle, you think financial channels on YouTube is the next big thing like vlogs was not long ago? I think it's already a big thing. I don't know about the next big thing, but of course I've been following financial channels for a while now. I enjoy it. A lot of good information out there, and I think everybody can benefit from knowing more on how to maximize their cash flow, what this channel is about, right? But just understanding their finances. I think there's a lot of good stuff you can know out there. So why not work one good job instead of two garbage ones? That's a good question. I didn't have many other opportunities. Okay, I did what I knew how to do at the time. So when I started my business, I put as much time as I could into my business, but I needed to give it time to grow, and so I took on a crummy job to go along with it. Because I needed money right away. I always have to have income, but when you start a new business, I never started a new business with 2 years worth of savings in the bank. Never happened. That's just not a position I was ever in to be able to do that. So, Chris, I missed one of your comments. What did you say? Yeah, you can pay and be a caregiver for a family member, Oliver. Yep, you can get paid for that. And it's usually a good thing too, because you have a vested interest in taking care of that person. It's not always, but I think that's the idea behind it. That's why they offer it. Chris, you messaged me in Discord. Love to have you on. I'll check it out. Absolutely. Well, I'll respond. Happy to be on another channel. A lot of police departments trying out Teslas, Mega Shane says. Yeah, it makes a lot of financial sense for police departments to use Teslas. They use a ton of gas, and a lot of that gas gets used because they're sitting there doing nothing. They're idling. But they got to be ready to move. With a Tesla, you don't have to worry about that. It just sits there. It uses a little bit of electricity, but not a lot. And it's ready to go. And when it needs to go, man, it can go. So it works really great as a police car. Not surprised to see that. Stock Journey. If AMC reaches $100 a share, you're going to go out, buy a new black suit to wear with your black shades. Nice. What business? I owned a pressure washing and window cleaning business. Did that for 13 years. I also had my contractor's license during that time. And so we built houses. I framed some houses, sided some houses. What else did I do? I've done a lot of decks. I enjoy doing all that stuff. We also washed vehicles. We washed RVs. I used to have a mobile. Part of that business was we had a mobile wash service. And so we used to go around and wash RVs, and yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. If somebody wanted to pay me to do something, we would do it. If it had to do with that type of stuff, obviously. I had like 50 strike on space a month ago. Did I hold? I did. I still have those. I still have 5 of them. And at one point today, I bought those for $1, and they were worth $3,000 each. Now it's back down to about $1,000 each because the price dropped. But those are a nice play, and I'm still holding on to them because I think it's going to go back up. But yeah, those were a really good play. Jay Bolin, what do I do now? I do this, and I do life insurance. So I sell and I design specially designed high cash value life insurance. You can check out my videos on it. I talk about why it's a good thing. We're not talking about your regular run-of-the-mill life insurance. Those are terrible. Terrible design. They're not gonna use them for cash growth, even though a lot of people pitch that. They're designed to maximize an agent's commission. And that's not just because the agent designs it that way. Some of them don't know how to design it any better. I do. I design it for your benefit. It minimizes my commission, but I still make enough that it's worthwhile for me to do it. And I can do this channel for my fun time. So, how did I come up with the idea of the design for my life insurance? YouTube. When I got into selling insurance, I got in from somebody that was having... The program I got into was to sell annuities and to help educators get their retirement accounts out of the stock market near retirement. Because when you get in closer to retirement, you don't necessarily want to be 100% in the market still. Because if the market's going to crash and you still have to pull money out to live on, that's a bad time to pull money out. So the idea was help them out, move their products into annuities. There were some really good annuities that we had offered at the time. But when I got into that, I started wanting to learn everything that I can around life insurance and annuities. And I stumbled across the infinite banking concept. And from there, it was all downhill. Like, I realized the value in it, but I didn't know how to do it. And so I did a deep dive. I figured out how to do it. I got connected with somebody that finally showed me what was missing from all the YouTube videos out there. And then I came up with my own channel. And I've been doing that ever since. That's the only thing I do. I only focus on life insurance, specially designed high cash value life insurance. I have meetings with people all day long. Just from my YouTube channel here. There's the link in the description if you want to sign up for a one-on-one consultation. You can sign up for a free consultation. I give everybody 20 minutes free. If you want to talk about life insurance, it's always free. If you want to talk about anything else, I also have a paid option. So if you want to consult on maximizing your cash flow, dynamic banking, anything else financial you want to talk about the stock market, you can pay me for my time if you want to. I'm happy to offer my time. It doesn't cost very much. I have it just enough to where it kind of makes it worth my while to offer it out there, other than the free meetings that I offer. Okay, but I'm always willing to talk for free with anybody. So a lot of my time during the day gets taken up with these meetings. But for a 30-minute consultation, it's $30. So it's more than affordable. And my goal is just to provide value, however I can. BDN, your full self-driving was $3.5K, now it's $10K. Yep, it's definitely gone up. Harry, you mentioned space early, but it was Henry that raved about it, and you should have listened. You'd be up $10K if you had held. Instead, you just sold while it was up $600. Bummer. You know, we all do that, though. But yeah, you're still the GOAT. What do I think about Naked? You have 181 shares. I have 500 shares. So I bought 1,000 shares of Naked just prior to close. And I ended up selling because I have those shares in Robinhood. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to trade throughout the rest of the hours. And we were up at $3.70 at one point, and it came back down to $3.25. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get out of half my shares because I made over 100%. At that point, we were at 130%. So I sold half of my shares to recoup and take a little bit of a profit off of what I put in to buy the 1,000 shares. So now I'm just riding on 500 shares that it's all house money. So it doesn't matter to me if it goes up or down. I hope it goes up. That's why I left it in there. But the way that was how I decided to play it. I still am hopeful that it'll go up tomorrow because I don't think the play is done in any of these stocks. I think a lot of new people are getting exposed to trading with all this Wall Street bets going on in the GameStop, and I don't think people are done. I don't think us retailers are done flexing our muscle here. Gene says he can vouch for high cash value life insurance. You have policies with the IBC and use the money from the policies to invest. Good for you. That's what I do too. I put the money into my policies first, and because of how I design them, I have access to that money. I can pull it out and use it in the market, and that's what I do because I can get a much greater return putting that money to work in the market, but the market doesn't give me a death benefit. It doesn't give me something that I can pass on guaranteed. So the big policies that I have about $2 million in life insurance, getting close to $2.5 million in life insurance. Okay. With what I have invested in the market, I'm at getting close to 200,000 in the market. If I die tomorrow without the life insurance, my kids only get what I have in the market. They only get $200,000 or close to it, right? My family only gets $200,000. But because I put it through my policy first, now they're going to get $2 million. I'm definitely worth more dead than alive right now, but I got a lot of good years ahead of me. I plan on turning that 200,000 into a whole lot more money. So don't be too quick to knock me off yet, family. But it's a better use of my cash flow. Okay, that's why I sell these policies. I'm happy to talk to you guys about them. Top Gun, thank you for the donation. Appreciate your support for the channel. So let's see. We're on 51 minutes. I'm going to give you guys 8 more minutes. We're at 52 minutes now. I'm going to give you 8 more minutes, and then I'm going to hop off because I've been going all day. We're going on 13 hours of live streaming today. Maybe a little bit less because I took a short lunch break. But I'm going on 13 hours. And it's been awesome. Mega Shanes, all right. Thanks for joining the cash flow community. Glad we finally convinced you to do it. If any of you are interested in supporting the channel, please become a member. It is one small way that supports the channel. The more members we have, the more emojis I can set up. We've got some custom emojis you can use there in the chat, but you get a green name and you get a nice badge. It starts out red and it goes up and it changes. And the longer you're a member, so you get to show off how long you've been a member. Our longest members right now have the gold badge, like Stock Journey right there. But those badges change colors every month to begin with, and then each in 6 months, and then a year, and then 2 years. So we're working our way up. The sooner you become a member, the sooner you work towards that green badge, which is our 2-year badge. And my expectation is that everybody that has that green badge in 2 years, we're all going to be very, very wealthy. Kern, you've got a gold badge. Green name, gold badge. Oliver, thank you, my friend. I appreciate the super chat. Oliver said, thanks for the value you bring. We appreciate your live videos. I appreciate that. Thank you for telling me. I love doing this. I love putting myself out here and providing value to you guys. It's my hope. It's my hope that you guys get a lot of value out of this. So thank you. Because you got to remember, if you do get a lot of value, I'm like your blackjack dealer. You got to tip the dealer. It's good luck. It's good luck to tip the dealer. All the stocks go up when you tip. It's scientifically proven. All the stocks go up when you super chat. Top Gun. Won't be long before we're all drinking Tesla tequila and driving Cybertrucks. Hopefully not at the same time. It might be. We're gonna have full self-driving by then, right? You'll be able to do it at the same time. Harry, he thinks his turn's purple in a couple of days. Looking forward to that one. Nice, nice. Yeah, purple should be coming up soon. Kern, you haven't been here much recently. How have you been doing amongst all this hype? Good. Automir, yes, I'm in Oregon. Currently in Oregon. I'm eyeballing Puerto Rico really hard, though. I'm eyeballing Puerto Rico pretty hard. I might be the Puerto Rico cash flow pro in a couple of years. We'll see how the market goes. Oliver, take care of the provider. I gotcha. That's right. Northwest, you had class today, missed all the action. You're so confused. Your portfolio's toast. Oh no. Well, hopefully it's just temporary. You'll have to go back and watch my live stream to find out what happened. You got your stupid crypto shirt in the mail. Nice. I want to see a picture. Can you send me a picture of it on Discord? I want to check it out. I haven't got to see it. And if you're real brave, put it in one of the channels so everybody can see it. It's already in there? Oh, nice. I'm going to have to find it. Adamir, difficult to retire in the U.S. Thinking to leave with the bag also. I'm assuming that's the spouse. It can be difficult to retire in the U.S. Puerto Rico is in the U.S. And you could retire there. You could day trade. There is no capital gains tax in Puerto Rico, which is why it's very appealing to me right now. No capital gains tax. So I could do day trading and not have to worry about that. Hit that bid. I'm the live stream champion. Woohoo! 13 hours. Mark, he's off to Puerto Rico. Nice. Can you still get the t-shirt? Yes, you can. It's on my Teespring. So there's a link to my Teespring in the to my Teespring marketplace. It's in the description. I will learn how to speak Spanish when I get there. I did Spanish in high school, but I forgot all of it. I remember a very little bit, but I will learn it again. But yes, you definitely should learn to speak Spanish in Puerto Rico. That is their main language, even though English is the official language. Everybody speaks Spanish. How long have I been stock trading? About 2 years now. Maybe a little over 2 years. But I only started day trading about 6 months ago. And I've basically been doing it full time. Not quite full time, but like I over 40 hours a week, because I do a live stream every single day that the market's open for a couple hours a day, 2 or 3 hours a day, sometimes all day. So I've been doing live streams for what's a full-time job. Yeah, hit the like button, everybody. Good to sleep after this day of streaming? Yeah, it will be. I got more work to do, though. I got to prepare for tomorrow, so I've got to do some research. How much capital did I start with? Shoot. I think I started with just a couple $100 in a Robinhood account, and I didn't do much with that. I put in a little bit more. I did penny stock trading, was not very successful. I finally put maybe $1,000 in, and I started trading with around a $5 stock that I found. It was a stock called ORC, O-R-C, Orchid Island Capital. It's a really great, the reason I liked it, it's a great dividend stock. It pays out like an 18% dividend each year. It's a REIT, and it pays that dividend monthly. And so what I figured out with that stock was that just like clockwork, whenever they announced the dividend mid-month, the stock would go up about the price of the dividend. And then over the next couple of days, it would come back down again. And then when dividend time rolls around at the end of the month, it would go up again, the price of the dividend, or more. And then the day after the dividend pays out, it comes down. And so I just started trading that. I would buy it when it would come down. I would sell it at the spike when it would announce the dividend. I would buy it again when it dipped, and it would only go up or down like 6 or 8 cents or 10 cents. And then when the dividend comes out, I would sell it rather than wait for the dividend, because the dividend gets paid out in 30 days. So you have to wait 30 days to get the dividend. The dividend just gets put right into your account. So what I would do is it would spike up on dividend day, and I would sell it rather than wait for the dividend. It would spike up more than the cost of the dividend, more than the value of the dividend. So I sell it, and I get all the money from the dividend essentially that day without having to wait. And so then it would come down, and I would buy it back again. So I did that like clockwork for like 6 months. Grew my account just a little bit. And then I test drove a Tesla. And I realized, oh my God, I love this car. This car is amazing. And then I started to see about the stock. And the stock at the time was like, $700 or $800. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to start becoming a real investor. So that was right before, it was probably a month or so before the split was announced. So I started putting a lot more money into my account at that point. So I put like $5,000 in, or $2,000. I bought a few shares of Tesla. When they announced the split, I think I was trading about 16 shares or about 8 shares of Tesla, 8 or 9. And at the end of the split, when the split happened, I think I had 19 shares of Tesla. So by that time, I had put in like $20,000. So where I'm sitting at now, I've put in quite a bit of money since then. I don't know how much I'm up. I may not even be up yet because I took a lot of lumps. I made a lot of, I paid for a lot of education over the last few months as I was learning different strategies. And in last week's Wealthcare Wednesday, I told you guys about some of the major missteps I made. I lost a lot of money on a few big plays. I've done really well on some of my income plays and some of my slower efforts. I've done really well at that, which is why I've mostly focused on those over the last month, and I'm doing really well. So my accounts have gone up quite a bit just this year. because I've moved away from those big stupid plays that I lost a lot of money on. So anyways, that's the story of where I got started. Yeah, it was my biggest loss, and it was on Space, Virgin Galactic. That's right. Kyle, you made $35K last month, made like $15K so far this month. That's without selling Apple. You're up $25K and Amazon up $8K. Good for you, man. That's awesome. And I bet your drop shipping business kept you really busy last month, which is why you weren't around here, right? Bark, why did the market collapse today? Okay, so the market didn't really collapse today, but a lot of them went down. And part of why you saw a lot of them go down, I think, my theory is that a lot of these short sellers had to liquidate their positions. So they needed to clear up some funds, and that means selling off of other stocks. Okay? Also, a lot of people probably wanted to get in on the action on some of those other stocks, and so they sold off some of their other positions. I think that's basically what we saw happen today. Kyle, yes sir, you have to ship like 20 packages a day. You have 2 workers now. You have to get going and you have to source inventory. You work 18 hours a day, study and trade. Yeah, you're busy as hell. Good for you, man. Good for you. You're definitely going to be successful. So, happy to see a fellow workaholic and your success from it. Adamir, you're a general contractor here in Oregon. Oh, nice. Nice. I was a general contractor for 10 years here. You tried trading crypto and then stocks, but you're looking to retire like me. All right. Nice. Whereabouts are you at in Oregon? I am outside of Springfield. BDN, Nancy Pelosi did not buy 500 Tesla calls. Her husband bought 500 Tesla calls. Her husband runs some type of an investment firm or something, I think. So it's not out of the ordinary, but yeah, their family did buy 500 calls. You're up in Salem. Nice. All right. Let's see. Kyle, your friend made $150K on a $26K investment on Netflix earnings. Wow. Yeah, that next Netflix earnings was a big move. Bark. So Michael Jackson didn't come to your house to use the bathroom, but his sister did. Okay. Takes money to make money. Absolutely. Yeah, Oliver, if you sold all your Tesla, bought AMC at $250 a share, sold at the peak, you would be at like $750,000. You would be a lot higher than that. You would be a lot higher than $750,000. Yep. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, though. Harry, yeah, I knew you were talking about car colors. When is the squeeze over on all these stocks? Your guess is as good as mine. Here's a thought. Okay? What if it's not a squeeze? What if it's not a squeeze? I actually watched somebody on, I think it was MSNBC or one of those news channels. And they asked this guy what he thought about the market right now. And his thought was, perhaps we're in a new era. Perhaps we're in a new era where retail investors previously had about $1 trillion invested in bonds. Well, the investment habits since the pandemic started, everybody's getting out of bonds and into stocks. So what we're seeing is a lot of those dollars move out of bonds and into stocks. And he said that could be what we're seeing happening. And also what we're seeing a lot of people take control. We're seeing a lot of people take control of their investments. So while a lot of people were content on just letting investment advisors do that job, well, they've been sitting at home and out of work, and they decided, you know what, I'm going to try my hand at some of this stuff. So I want to do my own trading. And we're seeing that happen. And people are realizing that, hey, this isn't something that's only for people on Wall Street. So we're seeing a lot of new people get invested. And I think that's part of what's happening here with all of these stocks this week. That's why I said, what if this is not just a squeeze? Right? Is that going to blow your mind? What if it's not just a squeeze? What if all of this amazement and blame that the mainstream media is putting on Wall Street bets as if they're bad guys, it's opening people's eyes to the possibilities that regular people can get in here and succeed against these big investors and these hedge funds. That's what Wall Street Bets represents to me. Wall Street Bets represents people realizing what kind of power they have over the market. Wall Street Bets had about 1 million subs last week. This week, as of yesterday, it was at 2.5 million. Corporate media has been freaking out about Wall Street Bets all day, yesterday, today, everything. As of today, 3.6 million. 3.6 million people have gotten on that sub. Those are all new people drawn to that sub. Those are retail, for the most part. Some of them might be fake, but those are retail investors that are going to get their eyes opened to the power that the retail investor has. And these are people that are going to see the analysis that happens in that thread. It is not just pump and dumps that happen in there. In fact, they have rules against it. You cannot talk about a stock that has a market cap of less than $10 billion in Wall Street Bets because they don't allow pump and dumps in there. It's got to have it basically has to be a company that has enough shares out there that you can't just manipulate it like that. Okay? So what we see in there is we see real analysis. We see people that say, hey, why are all these shorts ganging up on this company and trying to put it out of business when this is what we see coming up? They've got an exciting new CEO. They've got a new business plan. They're going to tackle the digital space where previously it was just this small storefront retailer. This is GameStop that I'm talking about, obviously. And, you know, this was a dying business. But we've got a new CEO in there that believes in it and has bought a whole bunch of shares, you know, so that shows that they believe in it. And this CEO previously had great success with another company called Chewy, which turned into a $1 billion company, right? Massive success. So people are being exposed to these arguments and they're going, you know what? I believe that argument. Why is it that the only thing I heard from corporate media is all about why these companies are terrible? Why the only thing I hear about Tesla all day long is this guy named Gordon Johnson who gets all this airtime on corporate media. You know, all I hear about is how terrible Tesla is. But the stock price is so high. Why is it so high? Well, when you start to go out and do your own research and you find out all these people who are passionate about these companies and they can tell you why and they can make the case, suddenly you're willing to buy that stock. And that company just became a lot more valuable in your eyes. And a lot of people are going to ignore those shorts. And they're going to ignore the mainstream media. And the mainstream media is going to be dumbfounded as to why this stock keeps going up when clearly it doesn't, it's overvalued, right? Because all these analysts, that's what they tell us. It's just a car company. All these car companies, look at all these other car companies. They trade at 20 times earnings. Well, all those other car companies are burdened with massive debt. So all of their dollars and the profit that they get goes out in dividends. So their stock price doesn't go up. Why would people be excited about owning that company as a stock if they get a little dinky dividend and this company is saddled with massive amounts of debt that could put it under any time the economy goes down? Like when we have a pandemic. What happened when the economy went down? Suddenly all of those traditional car companies that sell 10 million cars or 5 million cars and get all of the advertisement. They get all of the marketing happens around them. Everybody talks good about them. Nobody wants to talk good about Tesla, but when the economy went down, what was the one that had positive earnings? What was the one that sold more cars year over year? It was Tesla. And so you can't ignore that. But the mainstream media wants you to believe that it's way overvalued and you shouldn't be buying it. Okay, we're going to disagree on that. Okay? You're going to have to go do your due diligence. And part of that is going to be finding out what is the argument that people are buying into this company at these high prices. I think I just made that argument. So, and my voice is gone. I'm going to have to end the stream here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I provided you with a lot of value. Please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be back on tomorrow. And hopefully I'll be able to rest my voice a bit. That was a long day today. We got 14 hours of live streaming in today. And I love you all. Enjoy. Let's go out and make some money tomorrow. I will be back in the morning. And in the meantime, I will see you on Discord. I'm gonna read through all the comments on Discord. I'm going to try to catch up on Wall Street Bets. Hopefully I will have enough time in the day before I fall asleep. Otherwise, I hope you guys are going to be doing your research and you can help catch me up on it tomorrow. So thanks a lot. I'm going to play you guys out with some music. Take care and have a good night.